Bueno, pues estamos con una de las estrellas de nuestro festival de este año, que es Claudio Simonetti, de Goblin. Y, en fin, tenemos aquí una leyenda, el primer premio Bernard Herrmann de nuestro festival. ¿Qué decir? Suspiria, Dawn of the Dead, un montón de colaboraciones con Dario Argento, ópera, La Terza Madre, un montón de cosas.
Profondo Rosso.
Profondo Rosso, of course. Vamos a hacer la entrevista en inglés por motivos obvios, así que, bueno, vamos a ello. Claudio, it's an honor to meet you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And starting with some questions about Suspiria, it's true that the Greek Buzuki was brought by Dario for the soundtrack?
Well, the Buzuki?
Yeah.
No, actually, Massimo Moranto, the guitar player, he bought one Buzuki years before, and Dario told us that Elena Marcos, the witch of the film, she was Greek. So we had the idea to use this Buzuki as a main instrument, because of the actress was the main character of the film was Greek. So together we think to better to use the Buzuki, but we use also the tabla, Indian tabla, and
the church
synthesizer. We use a lot of instruments. We did a lot of experimentation for Suspiria.
And apart from work instructions for the soundtrack, like I want it to sound like it's from other world, was there any other characteristic or peculiar request from Dario to make the soundtrack? Or
No. Actually, no. Dario, he says on the titles you read music by Goblin with the collaboration of Dario Argento. Actually, he's not a musician. He just gave us the suggestions. But we wrote the music, no, because Dario is not a musician.
Yeah.
So Dario say, okay, this is good, this is not good. Yes, this is a collaboration of Dario, but actually the music was written by us.
And the idea of adding your voice on the chorus, for example, the witch noises, was yours?
My voice.
I love it, by the way.
No, because I had the idea, because when I played the lullaby, it's a kind of a lullaby, no? Ding, ding, with the carry on, no? But I said this is not scare too much, so I think I can put something over, and I think to use my voice to sing the theme, you know?
It was a great idea, by the way. Years ago, you talked about John Carpenter, basically telling you that he copied Goblin's style for the soundtrack of the Halloween first movie. Did you help him in some project afterwards? Or it was only a reference for...
No. When I met John Carpenter first time in 2013 in Los Angeles, when they present us, we meet. He say, I know you very well because I stole all your music. But it was funny. And but I think he's a very good, also big director and also musician. And when he came in Rome years ago, he invited me at the concert. Yeah.
And since that, have you seen your influence in any other composer or in any movie soundtrack?
With our music.
Or kind of music, yeah.
Oh no, okay. I think that Suspiria is the masterpiece of a Goblin. We were very imitated in the world, also with after Profondo Rosso. So yeah. But we grown and we born with the rock prog of the 70s, of course. We listened for a lot of bands like Genesis, King Crimson, Deep Purple, and Palmer, yes. So at the beginning we were inspired by this kind of bands. But after we create our own sound, so yes. Yeah. And then many bands imitate Goblin.
Yeah. Not copying, but there is an obvious reference on Cliff Martinez, the composer. Do you know him?
No.
It's from the Neon Demon, Driver. Do you want me to hear a little? It's like it's very trendy now, but I think it sounds familiar. This is the literal soundtrack, and did you hear it a little bit more?
Demon's Dance?
The demon dance. It's from the Neon Demon, and I think it's very influenced by.
But it's contemporary or?
No, it's from 2016, I think.
Yeah. No, I never know it.
Yeah, but I think it's very influenced by Goblin, and it's quite good. So.
Okay. Good.
And why Suspiria and La Terza Madre, but not in Inferno, to complete the trilogy?
Yes, okay. First, because Dario was a big fan of Keith Emerson, always. And second, because in 1978 we split the band, the band finished, and Goblin was not available. So he made this in
80, I think?
79.
Yeah, 79.
Inferno, and so he called Emerson. It's a beautiful score. I love it.
It's quite good. Did you see a lot of difference on the movie industry since you started working with Dario in the 70s and 80s, and later on the 2000s? Did you see a lot of difference on making the things for the?
Yes, of course. Every film of Dario is different periods, different style, different. That's why I always try to change the music, never to do the same stuff, you know. Yeah, so I worked with Dario for almost 50 years. So I saw all the change he made in his career. Yes.
On the music industry, on the making of the soundtrack, what are the main changes that you saw? I don't know, from the 70s to the 2000s, and maybe or Dracula.
Of course. In the 70s, we lived a different period. The music maybe was more important than now, because every film of Dario was very popular in Italy. You know, when he presented the film, all the people wait in the front of the cinemas with crowd, and they loved the music. But now it's different. Now nobody cares about that. And also because nobody buy records, nobody.
Everything is streaming.
And also because now you have thousands of films. Not in the 70s. In the 70s you have just this, Brian De Palma, John Carpenter, and Dario Argento. They was the most famous. Now you have 100 everyday films, so nobody care about it.
Well,
but that's too much, you know.
But there's still some Dario movies from the 2000s. Like I know the last year was Occhiali Neri. Do you consider to come back someday with working with Dario, or is
no? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't work on Occhiali Neri.
No, I know.
And my last film was Dracula. And was the last film of Dario. Except Occhiali Neri. So I don't know.
But there's been a change in the soundtrack industry. For example, in Il Buono, Il Brutto, Il Cattivo, the soundtrack was based on the main theme and the repetition and so on. But the trend or the way to make it now, it's making a lot of variations to reach 36 songs on each album on the soundtracks. Do you think it's necessary to put music in almost everything, or is better to save it to hit the audience to hit more the audience? Because now the soundtrack, if the film is 1 hour and 30 minutes, the soundtrack is 1 hour and 15. And I think Suspiria, for example, it's 1 hour or 36 minutes
of music.
It's better to save some music to hit the audience. So you think this variation?
No. This is a director decision. You know? For example, in Suspiria, Dario wanted a lot of music. Because he said, even if nothing happened, you have to feel that the witches are there. And so you put this music as a background.
There's a need.
Not in Profondo Rosso. Profondo Rosso, we have very short, small music. It just appears inside few parts. In Profondo Rosso, there is one part is long, 32 minutes without music. So music is just when it's necessary. But Suspiria, no, was needed more. It depends on the kind of film, of course. Normally, if you see Star Wars is everything full of music, but that's normal.
It seems like it's Wagner, everything boom, boom.
Yeah.
Recently we've seen a composer like Michael Giacchino making his debut on the direction of not a movie but
I met Giacchino.
Yeah?
I played here many years ago, maybe 2010, at Ubeda. Ubeda in Spain, Festival of Ubeda, where I met the most famous composers, including Michael Giacchino.
It seems like a nice guy.
Christopher Young and many others. So it was very, I don't know if they do this festival again.
Recently, on the last year, we've seen him making his debut on direction with a Marvel special. Can we also expect any work on camera from Claudio Simonetti when the tour ends or in some recent years? Can we expect some of your directional debut in some point of these years? When
they compose different...
your debut on this direction, because Michael Giacchino is one of the composers that is making
he do a lot of films, including Disney, and maybe he's one of the most famous people. Actually, Michael Giacchino did a lot of films, very important, but actually people don't know him. You know, it's not John Williams or Jerry Goldsmith, you know, but Giacchino is important as them, you know. I don't know why, yes, he did a lot of film. I remember the first TV series with Giacchino was Lost.
Yeah.
With Michael Giacchino music. He's a wonderful composer and arranger, yeah. So, okay, of course, he lives in Hollywood and he lives there, yeah. For us in Italy, it's different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Even the industry.
We don't have this big production, you know.
Yeah. Are you going to bring back some of your hobbies when the tour ends, or is it going to be only relaxed for Claudio? When the tour ends completely?
I stay at home. You relax.
Only relax.
But anyway, I have my studio in home. I live outside of Rome in the country, so I compose when. I live a quiet life because tour is very. We stay for 2 months in the States. Was very hard. Every day one city, different cities, and so of course when I go home, I go back home. I'm relaxing.
And can you tell us to already finish? Can you tell us 5 horror films that you recently seen or that you love?
The modern.
In general, your own.
I don't know. Many people ask me what's
my
favorite film.
It's not necessary to be your favorite, but when they ask you, what are the films that you think the first? When they ask you about the films that you love, horror films that you love.
My favorite film.
Yeah, but it's not necessary to be your favorite. Only the first one that comes to your mind when they ask you.
No, for example, I love many Spanish films. Like, you know, I know him very well. I'm a friend of Balagueró.
Yeah.
Balagueró did a beautiful films. Nameless is one of the best. So I like also De la Iglesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You have a very good director, very good films. I think the Spanish are very. Maybe it's the best, one of the best, especially in horror. Yeah. In French, Spanish, and America. Also Guillermo del Toro, but he's Mexican. But he has a company in Spain. Yeah.
He even made 2 films about Spain, so it's basically mixed.
Yeah. So I don't know. Of course, I loved. In my life, I saw so many films. You know, it's Hitchcock and also Dario Argento. It's very good. I can't tell you. Exactly. I love all this kind of films.
There's a film that you recently seen that you especially loved, or
recently?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because I know on TV now, I see many films every day. Yeah. So sometimes some is good, some is not. But actually, I don't remember. I forget because that's the problem. That's too much.
That's too much
production. Yes. So you see a beautiful film, but the day after you don't remember what.
Even the name of the film.
No, yeah.
So Claudio, thank you very much for the
No,
interview.
well, funny and good.
Oh, well.
The last time I was in cinema was to see Scream 6.
Scream 6.
Yes, I thought was it is good, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
It's very enjoyable. I think it's very.
I thought that was still the same stuff, no?
Yeah.
But no, it's good.
Even without Wes Craven, I think.
Yeah.
Even if it's the sixth one,
Yeah.
I think it's very cool.
Good,
Very cool. Film.
Very. I like it. So I like this kind of films.
So Claudio, thank you very much for
No,
the
thank
for
you.
the interview.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Y con esto terminamos las entrevistas de este año.
Bueno.